The best 250 riders in America have come to Colorado looking for answers on how to solve the early season motocross dominance from teenager from Australia, Jet Lawrence. And we had a surprise answer to that. The rider who solved it, the rookie, Levi Kitchen, first ever whole shot, first ever Moto win. But he's got to do it again in Moto 2. Can he get it done? Thunder Valley is next. Welcome to round 3 of the Lucas Oil Pro Motocross Championship, sanctioned by AMA Pro Racing, the Toyota Thunder Valley National from Lakewood, Colorado. Our final race of the day. It's 250 Moto 2, and yes, the upset special in play here. Chef Levi cooking in Moto 1, taking his first ever Moto win. Can the number 59 get the overall victory? And we did say that he was sick this morning. So what kind of endurance will he have? We'll show you how he got it done. Jason Wygant joined by the greatest of all time, Ricky Carmichael here. Here are your highlights from that first Moto a little over an hour ago. And it's pretty simple for Levi. He just needed to start, and he got it.
Like you said, the chef was cooking. Fantastic start. Executed perfectly. And it doesn't get much better than that first Moto for Levi Kitchen, or for anyone for that matter. And I'm going to tell you what, for him, if he can get another start, I know he's tired and under the weather, he put in max effort there, but to help that cause and get through one more Moto, if he can get another start like that, it's really going to help his cause.
Here's Jet Lawrence seeing the orange gear here. He's going to make a quick move on Justin Cooper for second in this first 250 Moto. And he made a little lunge toward Kitchen, got the lead down to about 3.5 seconds, and then Kitchen just marched away from there. But this is a key battle between riders who've been battling for this title for years, Lawrence and Cooper. Fast qualifier today was Michael Mosman, but he was down in the first turn, came all the way back to get inside the top 10, and then a late crash would put him in 13th. And here is the man of the hour, Levi Kitchen. Just incredible, this ride, wins by almost 10 seconds. And he said this morning he wasn't even sure if he'd be able to ride. He was that sick and that tired. And one start changes it all for him. Cooper holds on for third. Hunter Lawrence fourth. Seth Hamaker, that is a career high for the Monster Pro Circuit Kawasaki rider, in fifth.
Styles Robertson as well. Great finish for him.
And look at the Yamahas rounding out the top 10. Thrasher, Romano, LeBlanc, 5 Yamahas in the top 10. Boy, do they run strong in altitude.
They did.
All right, let's send it down to Will Christian.
Hi guys, if you can hear me here over the noise of the crowd, everybody going crazy there for that 450 race. But now we move on to the 250s. You guys just spoke about the rookie there, Levi Kitchen. But my eyes are on the number 32 Monster Energy Yamaha Star Racing's Justin Cooper, because I'm thinking, can he take advantage of this situation? We've learned that Levi Kitchen was sick all week. That didn't stop him in Moto 1, but we are dealing with 90 degrees out here and elevation, as we know. And a Jet Lawrence, who in his own admittance is only at about 70% right now. So this perhaps an opportunity there for the past champion to get his claws back into this title.
The 50th anniversary season of Pro Motocross is brought to you by Lucas Oil. Keep that engine alive. General Tire. For whatever you do, General Tire delivers. And by Honda, celebrating 50 years of off-road dominance.
We're back here celebrating 50 years of professional motocross in the United States and the national championship. And one of the things you get to do with 50 years is look at all the generations, including a lot of riders whose parents were also pro riders.
My dad taught me how to ride. I mean, he was my riding coach, my trainer forever. And then, you know, I went off and did my own thing, but he taught me everything from anything, riding motocross or outdoors. So a lot of my riding style comes from him. You know, just little things here and there that he sees that he can tell me.
Well, I can learn a lot from my dad and uncle since, you know, they've raced their whole life, and they've always mentored me and taught me everything that I know now.
I wouldn't want it any different. Having a off-road champion as dad, and it's pretty cool to watch him see me do good. It's a really good feeling, because I know how much he's put into me, and me making it this far. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, there's always a lot of pressure. It's you seem to feel more pressure from your team and the people that are hiring you more than your family, because you know, with your family, it's always going to be love, no matter if you're failing or winning.
That's good stuff right there. Let's get to our MX versus ATV Legends track map. This is a real key area here, RC.
Well, it is. This is a big change that Thunder Valley track crew made. They made it a lot tighter, a lot more corners to slow it down for safety. But at the same time as they did that, I think it made it for fun racing. Keeps the riders a little more compact. It's a much different part of the track than the rest of the track, where it's really high speed, fast sweeping corners. So this is a real technical spot. Look at all those ruts right there. I mean, multiple grooves, one there, one there. It's ruts all over the place. Probably can get a little bit confusing as well.
Yeah, crossing into each other. KTM keys to the Moto, RC.
There you go. Optimize your gearing, especially these 250s. They're down on horsepower, and I'm sure they're going to be going through corners and gears lower than what they normally do, and especially because they're on the 250. Keep the momentum up. You got to use the outside lines, and a lot like I said for the 250. If you felt your bike doing something that you didn't like, or there were certain lines that you thought your competitors were doing better than you, make those adjustments and make yourself better in that for that second moto. That's how you evolve as a rider. Not doing the same things over and over. Think about where you could have been better and make those changes.
There is one rider who would like to do the exact same thing he did before, and that's Levi Kitchen.
Yes. Yes.
So let's see if he can hold shot again, or at least get a good enough start to get up there. He did say that he was under the weather this morning. Wasn't even sure if he could race, but he got the whole shot and won the first moto. Can he get his first ever overall win as the Fly Racing 30-second card is up? 30 minutes and 2 laps, 40 riders on the gate. Certainly other riders in contention besides Kitchen. You had Jet Lawrence second in the first moto, Justin Cooper third, Hunter Lawrence in fourth. Those riders have been tangling for championships in this series for a while. They would like to get moto wins and overalls as well. Mechanics move away, nerves come up, and soon so will the revs of these motorcycles as they put it in gear. Let's go racing here at Thunder Valley. Is that Hunter Lawrence with a rare good start. He finally got one. Motorsport.com whole shot. Jet Lawrence's brother right behind him. Justin Cooper is third. We wanted to see what Hunter could do with a start, and we've got the opportunity. Uphill we go. Cooper, a quick move on Jet Lawrence.
This is going to be interesting. Yeah. Great to see Hunter get that start. To your point, this is what he's been wanting to do. I think he's going to give himself an awesome opportunity to perhaps finally beat his little brother.
Kitchen about 10th, rounding turn 1, so we'll see what he can do. Not nearly as good a start this time, and that has been the problem for Hunter. The second moto starts have been better, but they have not been good enough. This time, can't get any better.
Yeah, not where you need it, not where you need them to be. With this kind of talent, think about Hunter Lawrence, Justin Cooper, Jet Lawrence, Seth Hammaker, Thrasher, Mosiman, all these guys riding with a credible amount of speed. You have to get a good start.
And Jet trying to get back around Justin Cooper, not able to get it done. He experimented with an outside line there.
And these guys have had some battles, haven't they? You go back to last year, now this year already, or the last 2 rounds, I should say.
Yes, including this race last year where they really went at it. And it went all the way down to the wire for the championship between them. And the rematch is on between Justin and Jet. But Hunter wants to be a player this year. He was third at points, but pretty far back of those two a year ago. We saw in Monster Energy Supercross that Hunter has stepped up his game big time. And he's trying to carry that over.
And he has. Hunter, oh! I think Hammaker got together with Thrasher and Kitchen. They both go down.
Kitchen's back up. Thrasher on the 49 going off of the track now. Oh no, tough break for Thrasher. He is in some pain. Good job catching that out of the corner of your eye there.
Yeah, I mean, I hate to see that. You're going to see the replay. It was violent. It happened really quick. If I had to guess, one guy was going to the outside, and those two lines collided. Watch your screen. Okay, Thrasher's going to go the outside. Hammaker's going to go. Two lines come together. hard to really see who was at fault there. Most of the time, the guys that are on the inside had the advantage. However, if you're Seth Hammaker, being critical of him, if he knew the two lines would come together, maybe he should have checked up this early in the race and let Nate go through.
Yeah, Thrasher did not even make an attempt to get back on the bike, but you see he's still on the track, and he is being attended to by medics. Back to the lead group. Hunter Lawrence, Justin Cooper, Jet Lawrence. They're pulling away, but fourth place now is Michael Moseman, who has speed. He was your fast qualifier today, so let's see if Moseman can start to close in on this trio.
Man, Hunter is riding really well. Check now, got a two-second lead already.
Telling us it's 90 degrees right now. Combine that with the 6,000 feet of elevation, and this is some serious work for these guys.
These guys riding right on the edge of the track, and the reason that they do that is most of the time that's where the smoothest lines are. Sometimes, though, when you ride those edges like that, especially coming down the insides of the corner, you make the radius of the corners so tight. So it's kind of, you know, you got to weigh out your options. Is it really worth it? Because as you get a tighter radius, you lose the corner speed.
Cooper trying to charge down this hill and keep Jet Lawrence at bay. Lawrence has an opening. Left-hander is up next, and he's on the inside. He passed him here in Moto 1. He passes them there in Moto 2. This time, Cooper trying to use that momentum on the outside to get him back. Here's the right-hander where we just saw that crash. They use the same line. They get through safe, but Jet has a spot.
Well, they went down that right-handed corner. When they did that, Cooper was on the inside, which eventually, when they went around that left-handed uphill corner, it would force him to the outside. He couldn't really get over to that inside because the ruts are so deep. That's where Jet was, and he just couldn't get over there, and Jet was able to make the pass that way.
Going to be a real test here. Lawrence brothers 1-2, but in reverse order of where they have been in the first 4 motos of the year. This is an incredible stat. Hunter has finished 1 spot behind Jet in all 4 motos this year. So Thor Battle Box will give you a couple of looks right now. You've got Jet Lawrence trying to track down his brother, and then not too far back, a couple other battles. Shimoda, LeBlanc, Robertson, 5, 6, 7. As they work their way to the top of this facility, there's Shimoda in green. The Monster Pro Circuit Kawasaki in 5th. And then back down they go. This is starting to tighten up. And Moseman, that was the big question. Could he catch them? He has. He was 6.5 seconds off the lead. It's 3.6 off a lap later.
He's rolling.
Yeah.
Redemption from that first moto and second moto at Hangtown.
All right, he's got something to prove. Look at this battle. It's good stuff.
Yeah, these guys going for it.
That's Matt LeBlanc, another one of the rookies. This is breaking news. He was supposed to race the first 3 rounds of this series and then go back to the amateur ranks. Race the Monster Energy National at Loretta Lynn's for amateurs, but the team said, you know what, you're progressing enough. Just stay here, buddy. He's going to race all 12 pro motocross rounds.
Yeah, pulled an audible.
Yep.
So he's a full-time pro motocross racer.
And duking it out with Robertson. And here is your first moto winner, Kitchen, on the right side. Way down to the inside.
It's going to be interesting to see how Kitchen is able to work up through the pack. Figured with that win, maybe give him a little bit of confidence. That would probably help him make some wise decisions, ride a little bit better. So it'll be interesting to see if he can march up the field.
Yeah, he's got
get to, you know, 5th place or so.
Right, he's got plenty of time to do it, and they're right in front of him. So this is going to be pretty fun to watch. 4-rider duel: Shimoda, LeBlanc, Robertson, Kitchen. A little bit further back is Max Voland, who I believe had a bike problem and did not finish the first moto. And then Nick Romano has been hovering around that top 10. Another one of the rookies just made his pro debut at our season opener 3 weeks ago. Back to this battle. Shimoda's going to be dealing with some pressure here. LeBlanc really come on strong here.
Looking good, giving Joe all the pressure he probably wants. A lot of racing left here.
LeBlanc, the rider originally out of Louisiana. And we always used to tease him in the amateur days. Yep, Matt LeBlanc, how you doing?
Yeah.
We know the Matt LeBlanc, TV and movie star, is a motocross fan, so we got to get these two guys to meet. Matt LeBlanc, the other Matt LeBlanc, does own motorcycles, does do some dirt bike riding in his own right. But right now, this Matt LeBlanc is trying to learn what it's like to run up front as a professional. Styles Robertson in the 50, the white Rockstar Husqvarna, looking for an opening.
Well, Kevin Windham was the Raging Cajun. Could you say that this is Raging Cajun 2.0?
I like it. I can't even pronounce. Bro Ridge, is that what we're going to go with? Louisiana, got a little of the French flair down there. Oh, Kitchen's starting to stir. He's right there challenging Robertson. Look at this line.
Robertson working that inside.
That line worked.
Oh!
I cannot believe that worked. He must have had 100 more feet of racetrack.
Kitchen had so much more speed coming up that hill because of going to the outside, carrying that momentum around there. Styles kind of got stood up or lost his balance going through the corner, so he lost a lot of his speed, and man, Kitchen came around that corner flying. Good thing they didn't connect like Hammaker and Thrasher.
That's right. Man, he has found his groove. He is all over his teammate LeBlanc now. Pair of Monster Energy Yamaha Star Racing machines. Can he make an outside work again?
Oh,
wow.
Dude is flying. Have to do our math here, but what's it going to take for Thrasher, or pardon me, Kitchen to get up into podium position to get an overall podium?
Yeah, he's actually right now tied on points with Cooper, but Cooper gets the tiebreaker running in third. So if he can make one move, for example, Shimoda up ahead of him, that will put him in third overall. With the way he's riding, he definitely could get there.
Well, he's got to make a couple more passes. He'd need to get by Shimoda or Moseman. He needs one more position, and that's if Cooper stays where he's at.
And now starting to get Shimoda in his sights. There you see Shimoda in green, and there is Kitchen. Up ahead, Hunter Lawrence holding his brother at bay. 2.3 seconds to gap. Last time around, 2:20.0 identical lap times for the brothers. He is eating up that gap to Shimoda. Kitchen is right there. I gotta say it, Chef Levi is cooking again.
Yeah.
Took him a few laps to get rolling.
Be interesting to see if he'll be able to go deep into the race. Talked about how he wasn't feeling well, and he's pretty tired after that first moto. Now he's coming through the pack. Like I said, having to hold his breath, eating some roost, makes it much harder to find your rhythm and breathing. And to your point, he's made up a lot of time on Joe Shimoda, so he won't have to ride too hard.
And we know he's got lines to make passes. Let's see if he switches to the outside. You bet he will. He's gonna try it again.
Well, this is where he made the pass on Styles Robertson previous lap. Not gonna be able to do that on Joe.
Wasn't quite as close. Shimoda's been very strong this year. Podium at round one. Coulda, shoulda, woulda won a moto last week at Hangtown, but crashed late. Not quite the same today. Solid run in fifth, but not quite in the lead pace. And he's got his hands full with Kitchen. Up ahead, Lawrence brothers still matching the lap times. Jet would have the overall win again if it ends like this. Be 3-0 to start the season. Oh, Kitchen!
He's
had that front end tucked, almost went down. Look at this battle. Michael Moseman has done it on the Troy Lee Designs Red Bull Gas. He's bridged the gap to Justin Cooper, and a quick pass. Oh, Moseman almost threw it away in those ruts. I'm going to tell you something, that outside does not work for Justin Cooper.
Well, and that's the thing, they come down that hill, and if you're on the inside, that lane splits so much, you can't, when you make that right-hander, you can't get over into the left side of the track to go up that left-handed sweeping corner to guard position, because I think the ruts are so deep through there.
So Moseman has no shot at the overall podium because he crashed in the first turn and then crashed late in Moto 1. He was 13th, but he's onto the podium in this individual moto around Justin Cooper. There's absolutely no doubt of the speed of Michael Moseman, but the mistakes have proven costly both indoors and out. Got a moto win last week. And I'll tell you what, good to have him on the podium if he can hold it though, because
yeah,
this guy is a heck of an interview.
He is.
Really,
he always has something funny, right?
Yeah, and the fans have definitely gotten to know him. Now that he's a more frequent podium visitor, we go back to the Kitchen and Shimoda battle.
Man, Kitchen all over him. I feel like Levi needs to go to the insides on this tighter section of the track coming up, because he's using up so much track position. If he can just follow Joe and keep right on his rear wheel, he won't lose so much time. That way he can be closer when they get to the open section of the track.
And he followed your
Perfect.
advice. He goes inside.
It's like he's like I have him tapped, right?
I like it. Listen to the broadcast as he rides. Yeah, that outside worked magically one time.
Yeah.
It did not work the last time.
Well,
around.
that's right. So as much as he probably doesn't want to do, if he can just follow Joe, stay right on his rear wheel, then when we get to the faster sections of the track, those longer sweepers, where you can kind of open it up a little bit more, that would be a perfect position for Levi to try to make a pass on Joe.
Great battle. We got the drone on it for 5th and 6th. And again, this could make all the difference. Actually, I'm wrong.
He's good. He's got some insurance too.
Yes,
Got
because that
points.
Moseman pass on Cooper has put Kitchen on the overall podium. But he'd like more.
Yep.
All right, this jump right here. And it's going to set up for the section. We've seen some passes through here like the last time around with Moseman and Cooper. Let's see how Shimoda plays it.
Well, look at how, yeah, they both go to the inside there. Oh, but they're able to cross over to the inside. A little different than Justin Cooper, not crossing over to the inside to guard his position.
Back to your leader. This is Hunter Lawrence.
I love this, man.
Mm-hmm. Stretching it.
He's made some really good, really great improvements over the last couple years.
Motorsport whole shot replay. This is a big improvement. Finally, not just a good start, but a whole shot.
Yeah, and he brakes really, really hard coming into that first corner, which is hard to do, and you're making a right-hand corner, which makes it even that much harder. He brakes hard to guard the inside, and it jams up the people and slows up the people. Oh, there you go, behind him.
Yep, and helped open up that gap. Well, Kitchen made the pass on Shimoda. So now he's looking at 1-5 scores, proving that first moto was not a fluke. What a ride. Didn't have the start this time, but speed has been there. Show you the pass now. Kitchen and Shimoda.
Where are they at? Oh, that's that little double down here. Hill goes to the outside, keeps the speed up, and just has a better drive coming up that stair step. That was what we were talking about, using that momentum on the keys to the race. Use that outside. That was a great, great pass by Levi Kitchen. There's another look at it from the different angle. And that was just a byproduct of him running that outside line, keeping that speed up where Joe was on the inside. Takes more effort to get that bike going.
Halfway through this moto, 15 minutes to go. You could save 15% or more on your insurance, any kind of insurance, motorcycle, car, boat, RV. Do it with Geico. Give him a call in 15 minutes. Save you some money. I don't know if Levi Kitchen's done. Could he maybe even go after his teammate, Justin Cooper? He was a little bit quicker last time around, about 9/10 of a second.
Well, I think at this stage, yeah, keep driving forward. Try to not let Joe get back by you. I'm assuming that he's going to start running out of gas a little bit. So make it to the end here and get that podium.
Hunter Lawrence might miss the overall by 1 point because he got 4th in Moto 1. He was so close to getting 3rd. That might prove costly, but a Moto win would still feel good for the 96. So, Hunter Lawrence, just like Moto 1, Jet put in a charge to try to get Kitchen. Didn't work. Put in a charge to get Hunter. Not going to work.
You know what's crazy is Jet Lawrence is probably going to win this overall.
Oh, my gosh.
Not even winning a moto. Doesn't even seem right, does it?
I mean, last week we're all saying, he's sick.
Yeah.
Somehow he pulled off an overall win. Yeah, today he's going to do it potentially by going 2-2.
He's in the zone right now. Just marking off, clicking off his laps.
Hunter's last moto win, he swept both of them at the Sand Race. Southwick last year went 1-1. Those were his only moto wins last year en route to 3rd in points. So it's been almost a calendar year since he's won a moto in this series.
Come the lappers.
Mm-hmm. Might be the one chance to shake it up. Michael Moseman is lurking back there in 3rd and going quick.
The 50th anniversary season of Pro Motocross is brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on motorcycle insurance. Motosport.com. Make your next ride your best ride. And by Monster Energy. Unleash the beast.
Not over yet here at the Toyota Thunder Valley National Lucas Oil Pro Motocross. Hunter Lawrence leads this moto. He will not win the overall unless his brother Jet loses a position, and that might happen because Michael Mosiman is putting in the fastest laps on the track right now, and you can see he has caught Jet. And if Jet gets past, Hunter wins the overall.
What an incredible ride that would be for Hunter. A comeback from the first run, but it's not over yet. An incredible ride and comeback it would be for Michael Mosiman to be able to march up through here, possibly get by Jet. You got to assume that Jet's going to put up a fight and not make it easy for Michael Mosiman.
Well, I got to wonder how does Jet play this? The overall, well, I'm sure he'd love to win it, but
yeah,
what about big picture stuff?
Well, that's right, and this is, it's like a checklist. If the win's there, you take it. If the overall is there, you take it. If it's not, then you go big picture. You look 10 weeks down the road, and at the end of the day, that's what it's about. So, and this is what has been really impressive about Jet Lawrence, even through the Supercross series, and now what I've seen thus far in the Lucas Oil Pro Motocross Championship. Although we're only 3 rounds in, he's been able to hold back and make those adjustments and look at big picture when needed.
Mosiman's gonna make him sweat for it. Last time around, 220.7 for Mosiman, 220.8 for Jet. So again, a little bit quicker. 2 laps ago, Mosiman dipped into the 219s and made up almost a second on Jet Lawrence, and that's what allowed him to get, as you can see, within striking distance. Through this exchange of corners here, Jet might have stretched it back out.
Yeah, I think they got jammed up with some lappers.
Yeah, and you see that lap 6, that 221. That proved costly. That's how Mosiman is running the 219s, able to close in. It's going to get frustrating for the rest of these riders who have had, we've seen a couple different moto winners now. They've been able to beat Jet in individual motos.
But the overall is...
Yes.
Yeah, it's got to be incredibly frustrating for these guys. But hey, you know what? Only people that can fix it are themselves. If they want to challenge these guys, they got to find ways to be better, whether it's bike, themselves, mentally, physically. You find ways, identify where you can be better and work on those things. Have realistic expectations also. I mean, these guys are really good. Jet, Hunter, they are great riders. It's not going to be easy to do that, but you can't give up, and you just try to identify where they're better and you know, emulate what they're doing.
And look at the gap now.
Yeah.
Is there a chance to the pit board they got the word out to Jet that Mosiman was coming? Because he's pulled away pretty quick here.
Yeah, I don't even think it needed a pit board. I'm sure he could. I'm sure he could hear Michael Mosiman. Yeah.
There's the gap now between Hunter and Jet.
Oh, it's massive.
That is a lap rider who you saw behind Jet. So Mosiman is no longer as close as he was. Yeah. And Hunter is gone. 6.3 seconds to get the drone shot to see. Just like Kitchen in Moto 1, you've been wondering, what could Levi Kitchen do with a good start? Apparently win. What could Hunter Lawrence do with a good start? Might be the same thing.
Well, I think Levi's done a great job coming back. You go back to that first lap when Thrasher and Hammaker got together. He went down. He picked his bike back up, marched up through the field, and put himself in podium position if the race was to end right now. That's a great comeback.
Hunter working this downhill here. A lot of talk about what a thinking man's rider Hunter is. He says he's not one of those guys that's just going to send it. And it has been a slow build for him. Also dealt with some injuries early in his foray into racing in the U.S. Man, does that guy work hard. There is Mosiman.
He's made big improvements the last couple of years since he's been in America. He's had a rough go at it. And to be able to come back from that and kind of do a reset and to put himself in the position that he's in now, it's pretty remarkable.
Drone picks up our 4th place rider now, Justin Cooper. It looks like that potential battle for second between Mosiman and Jet Lawrence has cooled. So now we go back to 4th. And Kitchen's still pretty far back. I think he's gone up as far as he can go.
I think the sail has come out on the chef, but no need to worry about it just yet because he's still in podium position. So really nothing lost as far as him being on the podium at the race's end.
Yeah, looking for 1-5 moto scores for third overall, and it might just be a Lawrence Brothers 1-2 again.
Well, what's really going to be a bummer for Levi Kitchen from a podium standpoint is if Cooper still keeps making, I feel like Cooper's making up a little bit of time on Mosiman right now.
Oh.
So
and it would flip-flop.
That would be,
that's right. Yeah, so Mosiman made the moves, got around Cooper, started to pull away. Cooper's not giving up on it. We watch Kitchen trying to hold down that third overall with the 5th in this moto and the 1st in the first moto. And that's the corner right there where he almost got caught up. Well, he did, just not as bad as Hamaker and Thrasher. Thrasher absolutely got the worst of it. Bike flipped on top of him, and his race was over just like that. So can Levi Kitchen bring this home? That'd be a ton of confidence for him. And he just looks good anytime you see him on this track.
Yeah, he does. He even said it and feel like this track kind of suits his style, being technical. Said it at the on the first moto. He's got really good bike skill. Man, Justin Cooper.
Yeah. This is a real battle here. So you don't see this much in motocross. Mosiman catches Cooper, passes him quickly, pulls away, and then Cooper is reset.
Wonder if fitness is coming into play here.
Well, we talked about it a lot at the top of the show, and that might be the case. Mosiman now running 223 laps. He was doing 219s at one point.
Well, it's hot. We're getting down. This is the second moto, and this is a really rough track for these riders. Normally, they're the first motos of the day and the second motos of the day, so they are experiencing what I would consider probably rougher conditions than what they're normally used to. Super hot.
And Cooper turned in his best lap of the race the last time around, so he has found his second wind and is going to challenge Mosiman, and this would get him back up on the overall podium. But more importantly, points. And 2 more points in this series if he can take third away. Mosiman's going to have to hustle here, and there's still plenty of time. 5 minutes and 2 laps left. So let's see if Mosiman can put it back together and find those lap times again.
One last little surge. I mean, Jet's not too far ahead of him. They keep on going, keep charging. Never know what could happen.
Yeah, and he kind of has to because he's going to be dealing with pressure here. So let's see if he can close back in.
Ooh, that was close. Man, those two, I mean, those two lines, they narrow up and come together. Things happen quick.
A bit further back, we got a battle between Shimoda and Robertson, the Kawasaki and the Husqvarna for 6th and 7th. Matt LeBlanc still with a great ride behind them in 8th. Max Voland is 9th. And we got a privateer, Derek Kelly, at 10th. How about that?
Yeah, I love it.
Don't see that in the 250 class very often. Been a good solid day here for Styles.
It has.
He needs that.
It's been great to see Styles. Was really bummed for him to start a Supercross having that injury. I think if he can log in some really good runs, you know, get some 6s, 7ths, and then those will turn into 5ths, and keep progressing and running up front of the pack like that, he'll continue to gain confidence from that, and it'll be the status quo every single weekend.
Definitely one of the hot talents coming out of the amateur ranks was Robertson, but his pro career pretty short, only 2 seasons, but it has been beset by injuries. But every once in a while, he pops back up to show that potential again. Oh, and Shimoda knows all about it. He just looked over, took a peek, and that left-hander, Shimoda's going to try to get back away. And Justin Cooper, we are hearing, has made the move on Mosiman. Nope, not yet, not yet. We'll find out in a moment as that battle for third begins to heat up.
Well, they're starting to catch these 2 riders right here, Shimoda and Robertson, are starting to catch Kitchen as well.
Yeah, that's right.
I think.
There it is. Not quite yet. No, he's all over him. That's right. That's a lap rider.
That's not. Yeah, that's not Mosiman. Where is Mosiman?
Yeah, timing and scoring showing the pass already made.
Oh yeah,
there he is.
He did. Yep.
He did pass him. So that's a huge shakeup. That's going to put Justin Cooper back on the podium and push Levi Kitchen off. What a moto for Mosiman. Fastest rider on the track at one point and then lost all the ground that he gained.
And another podium position for Justin Cooper.
It's pretty much all he does, man. He has been good really since the day he turned pro. He probably, for his standards, he'd like more wins. I cannot believe Justin Cooper only has 4 overall wins in his career in this series.
Well, yeah, it's crazy to think about that. Only 4 wins and the amount of podiums that guy has. It's incredible from a consistency standpoint. And I had a conversation with him this week, and he's just like, he's basically tired of getting podiums. You don't even care about him anymore. He's like, man, I want to win races. He's like, I'm over podiums. It's like, whatever. Those are nothing. I need to start winning races. So I appreciate his grit and will to get out there and do that.
Yeah, 27 overall podiums in his career, but only 4 wins. This would be 28 overall podiums. And what's impressive is he's only had 50 starts, so he is over 50% for his career on podiums. As we check back in with our leader, Hunter Lawrence, 7.3 seconds up. And this was big. Started the season solid, but he definitely needed that moto win to really set things in the right direction. And he's going to get it today. Providing he doesn't do what his teammate Chase Sexton didn't throw it away in the last lap. We shouldn't call it early.
Well, anything can happen. These conditions are getting treacherous. The ruts are deep. The acceleration bumps coming out of the ruts are getting really rough as these guys are doubling to the insides of the tracks. The side of the tracks are starting to break away. You're getting fatigued.
And remember, Jet Lawrence saying that he's still under the weather, better than he was last week. And that's the same thing for Hunter. I talked to him this morning about it. And yeah, he has not been able to do the normal amount of riding and training during the week. That was his joke. He said, yeah, our whole family is just a petri dish. I'm sick, brother's sick, dad's sick, his girlfriend's sick. That's the downside of having a tight-knit group. And he's digging down deep here as well.
Well, he's going to run out of time. So for sure, when he goes by the finish line, it's going to be 2-lap board coming out.
Airing out that uphill jump. Yep, the clock's going to expire, and that's key. It's going to be 1 less lap that he's got to log to lock in his first moto win of the year, and the first since Southwick almost a year ago. But that was the 2021 Hunter Lawrence. But we saw Monster Energy Supercross 4 wins and push Christian Craig for the West Region Championship down to the wire. He is a much improved rider who was good last year, but even better this year. 2 to go for Hunter Lawrence. Not going to be enough to get the overall. He's just serving notice.
Yeah, ever so slightly. 1 point off the overall.
Watch out for that barrier on the side of the track.
Yeah, right. Jason Anderson did a number on that thing.
Yeah, and that's the race line, carries them in there. All right, a couple more lap riders for Hunter to deal with. And a lot of people wondering, look, if it keeps up like this and we keep getting Lawrence brother 1-2s and they continue to pull away in points, obviously they get along well. We see how jovial they are with each other. They take shots, but in a good-natured way. Will they be able to keep that going if it gets more and more tense championship-wise?
Well, Levi Kitchen, he still has a podium position. I thought that it was Cooper, but I was mistaken, clearly.
Yeah, he made enough moves. You know what? We said it. The insurance policy. He got Shimoda also, and that was the difference. He made a couple of passes. So, yeah, our mistake there. We thought that Cooper had fought back for the overall podium. Nope. It's going to be 1 for Kitchen and 1 less in the podium record for Justin Cooper. He's going to stay at 27 for his career unless something happens with a lap and a half to go. It's a good job by Levi Kitchen. He's going to feel good about that. Okay, so here's Hunter in the land of disposed tear-offs. When you see the tabletop there in the center of that jump.
Certainly a popular jump and plenty of airtime to pull a tear-off away.
Look at that, hopping some of those jumps.
I mean, these guys are so technical in what they do. A lot of these riders these days, rather than back in the day, just plowing through them. And these guys are hip-hop, tiptoeing around there and very creative. It's a lot of fun to watch. I appreciate their talents and just how precise they are on the motorcycle and at the speeds that they're going as well.
Long journey for Hunter Lawrence. They left Australia, went through Europe, and he was becoming a contender for the MX2 World Championship over there. But they always had American dreams, and you got to get over here quick to start learning the Supercross game. And shout out to the old Geico Honda team that's no longer racing, but they were the ones that signed both Lawrence brothers when they were not certainly on the radar to the level they are now. Honda, of course, kept them in the fold even when the Geico Honda team went away. And now they have the top 2 riders as far as the standings are concerned in this field, and both of them capable of winning races, as Hunter is showing right now. Last lap for Hunter Lawrence. And Jet's about 7.8 back, so no challenges there.
And really, it's not a bad points day, even though Hunter isn't going to win the overall. He's only lost 1 point to his brother in the championship, so he'll be 12 points down instead of 11. So if you look at the weekend as a whole, it wasn't that bad.
What I'm curious is, did he just get a good start, or is there something they figured out? Because it had been a struggle. We'd seen him 8th, 9th, 10th off the gate in most of the motos, and all of a sudden, big gain.
And that'd be a great question for our Will Christian to ask. Yes. Hunter, like, what was the difference? You know, did he change his gearing, something of that nature? So I would love to hear his insight on that, because certainly was an incredible, incredible start. And if he could continue to do that and really put the pressure on Jet as well.
It's an all-new motorcycle for Honda this year, and they were really happy with the engine package they were given with the production bike. They have to start with a production engine and build a race bike from there. There's all those tear-offs that I was mentioning in the previous lap. And the start's been good for Jet the whole time. Hunter's got them figured out now, at least today. Cooper still charging back there in 3rd, inching up on Jet Lawrence. That could potentially tip the overall, but I don't think Jet's going to hand it over here with a quarter of a lap to go.
No, I think he's got it.
This is it. Not going to be an overall win for Hunter Lawrence, but he's going to feel really good about this. Cured the start slump and showed that he's just a whole shot away from winning motos.
Few more corners. That's a simple corner. I wouldn't even call that a corner.
And the roller's uphill. Checkered flag is in waiting at the Lucas Oil finish line. Hunter Lawrence got the whole shot, knows what to do with it. Hunter Lawrence wins the 2nd moto. And look at this, Justin Cooper got there at the end, not enough. Hunter Lawrence has 3 overall wins in the first 3 rounds of 2022. Strange moto for Cooper. He got better as the race went on, got back into 3rd, made a challenge at Jet at the finish, ran out of time. We'll be back to talk to our podium finishers when we return.
The 50th anniversary season of Pro Motocross is brought to you by Optima Batteries, the ultimate power source. Honda, celebrating 50 years of off-road dominance. And by Lucas Oil, keep that engine alive.
We're back. Give you the Lucas Oil race recap. Final race of the day. 250 Moto number 2. Levi Kitchen on the 59 won the first race because he got the whole shot. Didn't get the whole shot this time. Hunter Lawrence going to control it, and he knew what to do with it.
Perfect start. Up the inside. He needs to figure out what he did there. Bottle that up and get some more of it, because, man, if he can get some more good starts like that, I really feel it'll pressure his brother, Jet, where Jet will have to execute.
Big move by Jet here to take 2nd away from Justin Cooper. And that would put him in the 2nd and in position to win today's overall. As for that first moto winner, Levi Kitchen, not a good start, but he started working his way forward. Some daring lines.
And this is going to be the pass that gets Levi Kitchen to this first professional podium of his career. He's able to carry a little bit more momentum around the outside corner.
And there's Lucas Oil finish line. Hunter Lawrence unchallenged right down to the end. Cooper got back to Jet Lawrence. This is the finish. But Jet's 2nd place finish, 2-2 scores, are going to make him overall winner. These are the moto finishes. Michael Mosman, a good run for 4th, was challenging Cooper at one point. Kitchen 5th, Shimoda, Robertson, Foland, LeBlanc, And Derek Kelly in the top 10, a privateer in the 250 class. You don't see that very often. Back to the podium.
Hi guys, and yes, here with Jet Lawrence getting the overall win done again. Jet, this time without taking a moto win, but by the look on your face here, you're just happy to get this one done and get through the day.
I'm happy just to get through this day. It's I'm better than last weekend, but it's still there, and then it was definitely, I went flat and Hunter was on it. Just again, I think my speed just wasn't there today. Hunter and Levi in the first one obviously had that bit extra speed than I did, so this place mine ended up getting over a win. It's always pumped. So, but thanks to the crowd, they're awesome. So, whew.
Thanks so much, Jet. Congratulations, doing what he needs to do there, guys, to keep that red plate.
8th career overall win. 8 times he's been an overall winner. Does it with the 2-2, just ahead of his brother, who at least beat Jet in a moto now. This is the first time he had done it.
Right.
Kitchen ends up 3rd there, edging out his teammate Cooper, as we had miscalculated a bit. He ends up 3rd overall. Shimoda, as usual, solid in the top 5. Mosman somehow salvages 7th. Nick Romano, Matt LeBlanc, the rookies of the top 10. Back to Will.
We're the other half of the Lawrence duo right now, and congratulations to you, Hunter. This one, I know you wanted to get that done. You've been right there, haven't you? You and Jet have been dancing around together around the podium there, but to get to the moto win was important for you, and of course it's landed you the 2nd on the overall podium. So how are you feeling about that moving forward now?
Good. My first moto start was a bit sucky, and I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna screw it, just send it and just hold that thing wide, and it worked out good. I haven't had a whole shot in outdoors in a long time, so it was good. Made it easier. Fans are incredible. You can hear them around the whole way, so thank you. You guys were amazing. You make this so much better.
And just to talk about that start just a little bit more, Hunter, Ricky Carmichael there was wanting to ask you what the difference was. I mean, it was incredible. So anything that you'll be carrying forward here into future motos?
Yeah, for sure. It's tough because of the altitude. It's different and stuff to what we practiced during the week. So, but we'll keep working on it, and hopefully 2 more whole shots next week.
Keeping it a little bit secretive there. Thank you, Hunter. Congratulations.
All right, well, we'll learn next week.
That wasn't the answer I was looking for.
No information at all. High Point, about an hour south of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. That's a really fun one. Track up and down the valley and the hills there in PA. That'll be next weekend. It'll start with practice coverage on MAVTV Plus at 10 a.m. Eastern, and then 4 straight motos at 1 o'clock. Let's send it back down to the podium.
With Levi Kitchen, guys, and what an incredible day for you, Levi. At one point there, you were not going to be on this overall podium, but you didn't give up. You fought back. You took that pass there with Joe Shimoda, and you got yourself back in this 3rd spot. So you backed up that win earlier. So what does this mean to you? That confidence now moving forward must be unbelievable for you.
This is huge. I think it's it's a big learning experience for me to get out there and get up there front or up in the front with those guys. And that moto, I knew that it was going to be a suffer, and so those first 10 minutes I pretty much gave it everything I had, and I knew I needed to get Joe. And to be honest, after I got him, I didn't think I had 3rd overall, but I'm stoked. I mean, this is awesome. Never rode this track. I think it's sick. So fans are great, and yeah, I look forward to doing it again.
Thanks so much, Levi. Congratulations again on a great day. Levi Kitchen, guys, just digging deep all day long.
You like seeing new contenders up there in the box. See if he can carry that forward. Here are your point standings. Hunter lost 1 to his brother Jet. That's a relatively inconsequential lead with this much racing to go. The question, though, is can anyone else challenge them?
Look at that. Look at that battle. 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Shimoda, Cooper, Kitchen. 1 point separation. Not a bad points day for Hunter Lawrence, though. He only lost 1 point to his brother, so I'd be happy on the weekend.
Yeah, there might be something brewing with the starts, but we'll never know. Maybe we'll find out. Maybe we'll find it next week. Man, it's been a really fun day working with you, Ricky Carmichael, and great racing. It's the 50th anniversary. We got to do it big every time, man.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and a great place to do it. The fans here were incredible.
Yep, they got what they wanted. Eli Tomac winning a moto. It looked like he was going to get an overall, but Chase Sexton ended up upsetting the entire apple cart as Ken Roczen steals a clutch moto win and overall with it. That makes for 3 winners in 3 rounds of the 450 class this year. In the 250s, we're still chasing Jet. He's 3-0 this year. 4, Ricky Carmichael and Will Christian. I'm Jason Wygant. Thanks for watching Lucas Oil Pro Motocross here, the Toyota Thunder Valley National. Congrats to our moto winner, Hunter Lawrence, and our overall winner, Jet Lawrence.